just want to come online and discuss a bit of list gossip. I found this article very interesting. I thought I'd read it to you. Rex Heuermann's family defend creepy crime scene. Scrapbook found on kitchen table at Gilgo Beach. Cops continue to search their home. The attorney representing Gilgo Beach serial killer suspect Rex Heuermann's children has defended their apparent possession of a creepy book of crime scene photos from different killings. The police continue to search the family's home in Massapequa Park, Long Island, but are not yet to reveal what exactly it is they are looking for. Heuermann was arrested in July, initially charged with the killing of Mr. Bartholomew, 24, Megan Waterman, 22, Adam Berlin Costello, 27, in 2010 and 2011. Investigators state police swarmed the Massapequa home of alleged Gilgo Beach serial killer with a new search warrant. In February, he was also charged with murder of Maureen Brainerd Barnes, the woman he is said to have killed. Were among the 11 victims whose bodies were found along Long Island coastline in 2009-2011. Yesterday, police source told Fox News that family was still keeping copy of the death scene homicide detective scrapbook on the family's kitchen table. It is an inventory right as part of initial search of the home last July and reports returned to the family. The book is a compilation of photographs of California detective's career. Quite why Heuermann had it or which one of them bought it remains unknown. According to the police source, cops found this book on the kitchen table at the family home. The book is by... Sorry, my glasses. I haven't got my glasses. I am sorry. According to police sources, cops found this book on the kitchen table in the family home. The book is by a former LAPD homicide detective and contains gruesome photos of the crimes he investigated. Accused Gilgo Beach serial killer Rex Heuermann is not capable of the brutal murders he's been accused of, according to his estranged wife. Christopher and Victoria reportedly cry themselves to sleep since their father's arrest, and the cops pull apart their home in Long Island. In a statement to Daily Mail, Vas Metev, the lawyer representing Heuermann, 26, and Steve Christopher Sheridan, 33, said neither he or his clients had knowledge of such a book. He then offered a potential defense of them. It's not against the law to have books, he said. The investigators have long maintained Heuermann, an architect who worked in Manhattan, committed the killings of sex workers while his family were out of town. I don't know why they have to say that. His estranged wife attended court hearing neither in defense of him or support of the victims. Instead, she says she wants to see all the evidence before forming an opinion. Sounds like a narcissist. Heuermann is accused of targeting the woman by meeting up with them via ads. Rex Heuermann's wife released a statement after chilling new charges. The neighborhood in Massapequa Park. Don't show me. I'm not paying £1, sorry. I don't get funding for this. The Massapequa Park where Rex Heuermann, his estranged wife and children live were quiet Thursday, hours after the charge with 2 more murders. Some clutter lay in the backyard and a grey sedan sat in the driveway. The red one-floor house along the overgrown lawn, a note hung on the door. Too many media representatives, law enforcement, or any other person, we ask you to respect our privacy and contact our law attorneys only for any matter. The note reads, please do not trespass or loiter on the property. This is after John Ray. Yeah, suspicious in itself, isn't it? His estranged wife Asa and the couple's 2 children are out of state, according to the attorney, Robert Macedonio. As was away, as sticks out that name. I'm sure that's tied in with what Murder Inc. was saying. I'll have to read up more. Asa was away prior to the second search warrant, Macedonio told Newsweekly. They'll be back next week. Heuermann, the alleged Gilgo Beach serial killer, was charged with now his 5th and 6th murders on Thursday. This 60-year-old freaking asshole architect was first arrested in July 2003 for the deaths of 4 women whose remains were found in Bellops Ocean Parkway in New York over a decade ago. He was charged Thursday with the additional death of Sandra Costello and Jessica Taylor. At least half a dozen law enforcement agents were spotted in Heuermann's driveway on the 20th of May. For the second search of the warrants, cars, including state trooper vans, lined the streets of Massapequa neighborhood. Some officers wore gloves, others carried white cardboard boxes into the home, as seen in the video on social media. The search came months after investigators had 300 subpoenas, searches, warrants, and other legal possession processes to obtain evidence, and searched the house when Heuermann was initially charged. Asa Aura, a estranged wife, long-haired serial killer, arrives in Riverhead. This is when she's going to court every day to see him. The family plans to remain at the house in Long Island until at least the conclusion of the trial. Their attorney said it is still under discussion as to whether they will be present at Heuermann's next court appearance. Ellerup filed for divorce in July 2003, shortly after her husband was charged, but she has still shown at several of Heuermann's hearings throughout the last months. 4 neighbours declined to speak to Newsweek, and others did not answer their doors on Thursday. Living a double life. Ellerup married Heuermann in '96. She says that Heuermann did commit the murders. He was living a double life. She knew nothing about it. After 27 years, Mr. Heuermann and Mrs. Ellerup maintains the belief that estranged husband is not capable of committing these heinous acts, Macedonio told Newsweek. He has to say it though, because she can't bring herself to say it. Heuermann charged Thursday for the deaths of Sandra Costello And Jessica Taylor, I bet she won't be saying much in the Peacock programme either. It'll cause more suspicion. I guarantee it. I reckon she'll be all silent. It'll be like a fly on the wall gypsy thing. And it'll be horrendous. Anyway, I read that. Heuermann was charged. Heuermann already faces charges in connection to the murders of Marcella Bartholomew, Megan Waterman and Amber Costello, and Maureen Brainerd Barnes, and also known as the Guildford Four. Photos of the neighbourhood of Massapequa Park, where Heuermann's wife and children live, was quiet Thursday hours after he was charged with 2 more murders. A note hung at the door. Any media and representatives, blah blah blah. I can't get over it right now. Photos as well as the phone and financial records show that Heuermann's family were out of the state during the time of Taylor's murder. How did I know when she was murdered? They were in Virginia from 20th of July to 27th that year, according to, it's changed a bit, hasn't it? According to Suffolk County District Attorney Raymond Tierney. Alep was not living with Heuermann in Massapequa Park in 1993 when Costello was murdered, and Macedonia told Newsweek. Today's indictment further illustrates that as there was no involvement in any of the alleged crimes that her estranged husband, Rex Heuermann, had been charged with. No one's saying that, but she did know. She did know. She must have known. Heuermann graduated from the same local school as actor Billy Baldwin, who tweeted after getting a bachelor's degree in New York Institution of Technology, Heuermann started architecture firm, this is the other one, RH Consultants, in 1994. He did most of his architectural work in New York City, according to company biography and the firm's website. Police have found Heuermann-owned book of other serial killers, authored by John Douglas, according to the court records obtained by Newsweek. Heuermann is currently being held at Riverhead Correctional Facility in Suffolk County, about 50 miles from his home. Suffolk County Sheriff Errol Tulin Jr. said, Heuermann busies himself and with reading books, reading his discovery, watching TV and sleeping, according to an Oxygen article. He has been separated from his inmates for his safety, according to the article. Tulin called him very compliant. Yeah. This is some of what people have said. I can't help but wonder why have not secured Heuermann's house. Critical evidence for these 5th and 6th murders was found in around the searches. No doubt that Heuermann is being considered for additional charges beyond the 6 he now faces. I'd say it's an ongoing crime scene and should be locked and guarded, lest the Heuermann family find another lodging. And that's that. No, maybe 17 likes. No one disagrees with that today. Another article. Gilgo Beach serial killer Rex Heuermann's wife makes an eye-catching display of support for him in the latest court appearance. There's a wedding ring on. Gilgo Beach serial killer Rex Heuermann's estranged wife wore her engagement ring for the alleged 6-time murderer's latest court appearance. Dressed casually in a white blouse, light blue trousers and a pink-coloured sneakers, Aisa Ellerup, 59, appeared calm as she entered Suffolk Criminal Court in Riverhead. She was accompanied by her attorney, Robert Macedonio, another member of the legal team, and her emotional support dog, Stewie the Steward, by her side. Her daughter Victoria not present. The court hearing was procedural one and outlined new data and information set to submitted as evidence against Heuermann, who was also presented in Tuesday's hearing. Heuermann 60 did not speak during the hearing, as his defense attorney Michael Brown stood by his side. He appeared older and greyer than usual. No Just for Men forum. At one point, the former architect seen nodding his head as he appeared to look in the direction of where his ex-wife was seated in the back of the courtroom. The mother of two had her trademark dark glasses over her eyes after Judge Timothy Mazzei ended the day's proceedings. Ella rushed out of the courtroom with Stewie as a swarm of photographers and reporters tried to speak with her. She smiled at one point and did not respond to any questions. Yeah. The face says everything. Heuermann's ex-wife, as seen wearing a wedding band, as walking the dog. Attorney John Macedonio, another person of legal team, walked nearby as the way of entrance of Suffolk County Tuesday. Ella had been married to Heuermann for 27 years. The couple has a daughter together, Spawn Victoria, 27. Heuermann was also a stepfather of Christopher Sheridan, 33, who was Ellerup's son from a previous marriage. Ellerup filed for divorce days after the 23rd of July 2023 arrest. In March, she sent a statement through her attorney, states she still maintains that Rex is not capable of crime she is accused of. I will listen to all the evidence and withhold judgment until the trial. All statements continued. I have given him the benefit of the doubt, that's a big one, isn't it? As well as all deserved. Let's read through the horrible things he did. The headless, handless body of Jessica Taylor, 20, was discovered in the woods in Manorville, New York, 2003. Sandra Costello, 28, was tied to the Gilgo Beach investigation after an April search of the property where her remains were found. Hang on, her remains were found where? Like the other victims in the case, Costello was never being described as a sex worker in the law enforcement. Suffolk Attorney Tom Ray Tierney held a press conference after the hearing to review what was provided in the defence, followed by questions. He explained some of the discovery in the details. We have 6 murders which are alleged to have been made by the defendants, so we are look for doing that, so all of the underlying cases work for each of those murders, he said. He explained how the comprehensive task is going back to the first murder in 93, 2003, 2007, 2009, and 2 in 2010. Then providing missing person files, phone work, lab work, underlying data, forensic and electronic data, all the work of investigation team. All of those notes of detectives worked out Maine, Connecticut, where missing persons first originated. The NYPD under the NYS discovery law will have to provide every single piece of paper. We have to do that, and we have to prove We have every single piece of paper. The first victim, 24-year-old Melissa Bartholomew, was discovered by Suffolk County Police Department on 11th of December 2010. Megan Waterman, 20, from Maine, was found 2 days later. Heuermann, also charged with Amberlynn Costello, 27. He was also recently charged for slaying Maureen Brainerd Barnes around Gilgo. The trial date has not yet been set. Heuermann's attorney Michael Brown has also spoke out at the courtroom. He said his client wants his day in court. I stood in front of you folks a year ago and I said he wants his day in court. He still wants his day in court and he wants his trial, Brown said. He is dealing with it as best as he can. He understands he can't change the circumstances of his environment for now, but wants his day in court. When Brown was asked what Heuermann does all day, he responded he fills his days with reviewing the discovery that he has been allowed to view on a computer. I bet he does. He also spends time in the law library and has an hour a day outside the yard. He said his client and his wife communicate often and that his daughter visits him in prison. Heuermann's next court date is scheduled on the 16th of October. Though Ella shook her head and did not want to talk about her ex-husband or the case, she did tell DailyMail.com that Stewie had been rescued from a shelter out of the Hamptons. Her attorney chimed in, and Stewie is her son's dog. Yeah, because people wouldn't know. Over the last year, Christopher has been pictured several times walking a Labrador Chihuahua mix by outside the Massapequa home. During the chaos of today's court proceedings, Stewie did not seem to mind the fuss that everyone was making over him in and outside the court building, and well-behaved, well-adjusted and smiley. Ellerup's team even joked that he is going to be an Instagram famous. We are training him to be a service dog, Ellerup said, who shared that they got a trainer for the house. Macedonia intervened. They have a specific task. He added, now he can go to hotels and we don't have to board him anymore. The Marriott wouldn't take him in last time they went to Florida, and it cost them £800 to £1,000 to board him for the weekend. What's she doing in Florida? Though Mel remarked that Stewie does not have a lot of fun on boarding places, and seemed amused when the member of her legal team asked if he had a girlfriend. Ellerup told the Daily Mail that Stewie was a rescue from a shelter in the Hamptons. Ellerup pictured walking into the courtroom to see her ex-husband accompanied by her lawyer and a member of her legal team. Heuermann's arrested in July and initially charged with killing Melissa Bartholomew, Megan Waterman and Amberlynn Costello in February. He was also charged with the murder of Maureen Brainerd Barnes. The women were found wrapped in burlap and buried in a remote stretch of Ocean Parkway in Long Island, South Shore of over a decade ago. Heuermann, an architect, has pleaded not guilty to all court proceedings. Currently remains in jail and waits trial. In April, officials searched Manville area where partial remains of Gilgo Beach victims Jessica Taylor and Valerie Mack were found more than 20 years ago. The state county police officials descended to Heuermann's family house in Massapequa Park, Long Island, and executed a second search warrant in May. A month later, I was indicted and the grand jury of the murders of Jessica Taylor and Sandra Costello. Investigators linked him to 2 victims by DNA evidence and second search warrants. So there must have been something in the house. Cheryl commit the article. Okay. So there must have been something in the home. Well, that's all I have time for today. Hope everyone's having a great Sunday. Enjoy your week. Goodbye, everyone. Please like and subscribe. I love you too. Thanks. Hi, I'm Morbid Sunshine. I do content about cults, cold cases, anything that really interests me, really. I want to continue on about the murdering document on Rex Heuermann. Let's get it on. Let's find it. Where are we up to again? It's a huge document, by the way. Isn't it strange how all these... It's not a coincidence, is it? As one person says, it was a cop. There's no such thing as coincidences. No, I don't feel there is. I think there's a hell of a lot going on in Long Island, and I think he's one of a club. It's an organisation, it's a club. You know, he does this on the dark web, he gets content, he gets money, she's probably funding it, probably putting it on Iceland out the way, so no one can see how much there is. Yeah, there's a way around everything. I was also an accountant, so I understand that one. And you'd be surprised with the dark web. We were talking about Joseph Brewer. Oh, yeah, we were talking about this guy, Harry Feingold. We read that article about him, which was really boring. And then there's another one. Can you be a porn star? I don't really want to read that. Yeah, we read this. Just give me a second, please, and then... Oh, yeah, okay. Right, we were up to here. Okay. Harry Feingold not only lived in Oak Beach, but he knew Joseph Brewer from West Islip. Harry's brother, Mark Feingold, owned a bar next to Joe Brewer's family liqueur store. Let's read this out. It looks like anonymous, is that? I just finished rereading an April 23rd, 1986 Newsday article. It is a follow-up story of a major drug arrest that was reported on February 9th, 1986. But the April story is not about following up on the characters in February's story. It is about how the investigation changed from apparently successful narcotics case to a case of corruption of SCPD and DA. Yeah, I can believe that. I can believe it's still like that. The principal actor in those stories is one Harry Feingold. As I told you earlier posts, it was Harry that bought a house in Oak Beach in 2004, 225k, and 4 years later sold it to Robert Sitrikoff for 825k. Commonly used sites for estimated value. I see. Recently advised, so it's private land. Advised houses put for value on Sitrikoff bought at 425. Sitrikoff secured 2 mortgages in total for 700. That house was quickly listed as a place one could send their checks to if they wanted to support a future candidacy of Steve Ballone. Oh gosh, go away. A lot of strange things just happen at Oak Beach. Don't they just? Harry Feingold sold his home in Savannah Walk, Oak Beach in New York to Suffolk County Executive Steve Ballone's treasurer, Robert Sitrikoff, for double the value in possible money laundering scheme. Steve Ballone later appointed James Berg as chief of Suffolk County Police Department. Okay, wow. Is this man again? Right. He doesn't want to give up. Let's go on.